So in our previous class, we discussed the concept like what are the different type of written types are there. All these things we discussed, right? So in today's class, we are going to discuss one more concept called collections. So collections are also very important concept, and using collections, see, arrays are there. Using arrays we can do anything. I mean, if I want to read same type of data, how arrays are going to be used, in the same way we are having collections concept. So what are the use of these collections concept? Again, collections are used to store more number of elements, but in arrays there are some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks of arrays? Suppose if I declare an array, first of all, array is fixed length, right? What is meant by array is fixed length? If you declare your array as 5 or 4 or 6 like that, means whatever array size you are giving at runtime, based on that memory is going to create. That memory you can't change. That memory you can't change, right? That's why I called arrays are fixed size of data. Okay, and one more drawback in arrays is, if I want to insert an element in middle position, any middle position, or if I want to remove an element in, or if I want to remove an element in any middle position, then it's very, very difficult. So in arrays, there is fixed length. Whereas one more drawback with arrays is, if you insert if you insert an element in any middle position, or if I want to remove any element in any middle position, then that will be very, very difficult process. And like that, some drawbacks are there. Now, to overcome all these things, collections are there. To overcome all these problems, collections are came into picture. So collections are variable length. What is meant by variable length? How many elements you want to insert, that's completely your wish. How many elements you want to insert, that's completely your wish. Okay, and that means if you keep on inserting the elements, the memory size is going to be increased. And if you keep on removing the elements, the memory size is going to decrease. So based on how much data you are having in that collection, based on that the memory is going to consume. And inserting or deleting any position position is very easy, very, very easy. Okay, and for arrays, one more thing, you no need to give any namespace. But for collections, if I want to use any collection, you have to import a namespace called system.collections. And one more important thing about collections means, collections can read any type of data. Any type of data. So there are so many collections are there. Any one of you are aware of C language data structures. All those data structures are comes here as a collections only. Comes here as a collections only. Okay, so let's see first what and all main collections are available means array list, hash table, stack, queue, linked list, like many other things are there. Mainly I'm going to concentrate these four things. In among all these lists, first one is very, very important. Okay, and again, based on okay, let me first give some example. After that I will come back to this. Now I'm not doing anything in this project. Right click on your solution, observe carefully, add a new project. Means under my solution one more project I'm going to add. So this is also console app using .NET framework only. This is also pure console app like .NET framework. Click on next and then advanced, create. Now in my solution, how many projects are there? 2 projects. So in this, when you execute, by default, the old project files only will execute. Why? Because this is also a console application, this is also console application. Obviously, the old project will execute. Then what I'm doing is right click on this advanced programming and set this project as a startup project. Set this particular project as a startup project. Then whatever you wrote in this project, those is going to be executed. Whatever you wrote in this project, those are going to be executed. Okay, next. Now I want to write some collection. If I want to write some collection, what I said, we have to import a namespace called system.collection. But ma'am, already at top the collection system.collection is there, means no. This is system.collection dot generic. I don't want this. So I want system.collection. Collections.generic is different, collections is different. Okay. Now array list. AL is equal to new array list. Like array list kind of predefined class is there. You no need to write but your own, means whatever you want to use, for that you have to create an object and you have to use that. Okay, for array list I created an object called AL, and if I want to add an element into this array, earlier we are going to write a for loop and console.readline, all these things we are writing, right? Here also you can write all those things, but al dot add. Add is a standard method which is used to add an element into that array. And one more important, array list is index based. That means like for arrays, how the index is going to define from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. For array list also, the index is going to be defined from 0, 1, 2, 3. And array.al.add of. See what is the type it is taking? The type it is taking as object. Object means object is the base type for all the other data types, right? Because of that reason, you can store a number, or al.add, you can store some decimal value, or you can store a character, or you can store a string also. Whatever data you want, you can store. Now, if I want to fetch the data, stored in the array list, how to fetch the data? This is character, we have to give it in single quote. If I want to fetch the data for each, here from this array list I want to fetch, that is okay. But whatever data I'm going to fetch, that is not a fixed type. One is integer, one is float, one is character, one is string. So whatever item I'm going to fetch from that array list, what type I have to define? Whether I have to define int, float, char, or string? Anyone? See, from that array list, I'm going to fetch one after another item. Then item I have to declare, right? Should I declare that item as an integer, float, char, or string? What type? Yes.
We can provide it as var.
Yes, very good. We can declare that variable as var type. So what I said about var, whatever data is coming into that, particular variable, based on that, the type is going to be defined. Based on that, the type is going to be defined. So var item is. Now, in this item, I'm having all the items. Then console.writeLine item. Now I wrote the program. Let's run this. See, all the items are coming. In which order you had stored, in that order the data is coming. Okay. So, but I will write console.write and some gases and console.write. Console.write. Now, al dot after add range and add range of al dot add range of. Now I want to add range of elements. See, add means to add a single element. In the same way, add range is there. Some set of range of elements if I want to add. Suppose array list al1 is equal to otherwise I will declare this array list and al1 dot add some strings I'm going to add. So al dot al1 dot add some two strings I created. This is two strings kind of array. Now add range of, I can give al1. Where this al1 is going to add, this al1 is going to add at last. Now let me run this. See, till RAM the data is stored. After that, at last Sony string is stored. That means if I want to add bunch of values also, I can add to this array list. If I want to add a bunch of values also, I can use this array list. And al1 dot add range is there. Add is used to add a single element, which is of object type. Add range is used to add range of elements, which is a collection type. Okay, and next insert. I want to insert an element. Two things it is asking. Where you want to insert and what element you want to insert. I want to insert in first position 999 number. Then after that I have to print this element. Now in first position, what is it? Al dot input. Now run. See, in first position, 999 element is inserted. In first position, 999 element is inserted. That means this is also working fine, right? Now, next step. All these steps are over. Now, al dot insert range. In 0th position, AL1 list I want to add. In 0th position, AL1 list I want to add. Insert means adding a single element. Insert range means adding a range of elements. Now run. See? Starting Sony and Sri range is added. After that, remaining elements are added. Okay, like that, you can add a single element, you can add a range of elements, you can insert any position, any area in middle, any position you can give, and you can insert the element, and you can in the middle position, not only 0, if you want you can give 5 or any position you can give. In that position, a range of elements you can insert. In the same way, if you want, you can remove also. Let's come down.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. I'm a little confused as in how it is printing. I don't understand.
Right? First, for example, if you take this is 0th position, right? This is first position. This is second position. This is third position. The order is 67, 676 star and RAM. When I run this first line, it is showing like that, right? Clear the first line?
Yes.
After that, I created one more array list. Means till this step, the process is done. After that, I created one more array list with Sony and Sri. And Sony Sri is going to add in this array list 1. Okay. Now what I'm doing, AL dot add range of AL1. That means to this array list. What is the array list last position? 3, right? So after this third position, it's going to add this Sony and Sri. That means Sony position will be 4 and Sri position will be 5. Now if I run after RAM, Sony and Sri will be there. That is second line, this one.
Okay.
Okay. And after finishing this, what is the third step? After printing this list, insert first position. What is first position? In first position, present this 67, some value, some decimal value is there, right? In that first position, I'm going to insert 999. Now you only tell me, you and your friend between, some other person is standing, means what your friend will do, your friend will move to one step next. Then only another person can pick her. Same thing here it's happening. So in the first position, 999 element is inserted. In this position, whatever number is there, that will move to next.
Okay.
And insert range of elements. Insert range of elements means in 0th position, I want to insert AL1. That means already in AL1, what is there? Sony and Sri is there. That Sony and Sri is inserted at 0th position. 0th position means, see, Sony and Sri is inserted, all the other elements will be moved to next. When you want to check this one, compare with this line. Don't compare with this line. You won't understand.
Okay.
Others also clear. Collections are little important concept. Okay. Like that, the elements are going to store. So that means if I want to insert a single element or range of elements, also very easy for me. And next, the removing part. Now, this I'm keeping this also beside. Now, I want to remove this 999 from this list. Where is this 999? 0, 1, 2, 3. In third position, it is there. Then AL dot remove it of what is the third position, right? After that third position element removing, I'm printing the array list. Now obviously what will be removed? 0, 1, 2, 3, third position, 999 is going to remove. In the same way, AL dot remove, if I give AL dot remove I can give whatever element I want to remove. Whatever element I want to remove, that I can give. Suppose what I'm doing is AL dot remove of Sony I'm giving. So if you observe, Sony, how many times are there? Two times. Let me show the output also. So this is going to remove third position element. That means triple line is going to remove. After that, Sony will be in two positions. So this is first position, this is last position Sony. But the first where that Sony is available from starting, that element it will remove. Not all Sony. It won't remove all Sony elements. Only the first element is going to remove. Now, see, first position, whatever Sony is there, only that it removes, not the next position. Okay, after that. AL dot remove Sony and for each all these things are done. Then AL dot remove range. Remove range means what it is expecting index. Zeroth position. Before giving this, I will run the application. I will keep this beside. So I want to remove range of elements. That range will start from 0 to 0, 1, 2. 0 to 3 elements I want to remove. That means the first position will be star. So what it is expecting? AL dot index 0 to how many elements? 3 elements I want to do. That's it. And I want to print the list. Now run. See, from start. From star it started. Right? That means all these things are one. So once go through with this code, anywhere any one of you is not clear, please ask. I'm moving little top.
Is it for the cursor to move to next line, ma'am?
Sorry.
That you're moving that for the cursor to move to next line, console dot write line.
No. Just so that you can see the whole program, right?
Yeah, but that line you have mentioned, because already it's printing all the items, but again console dot write line
Right
without any
line.
message.
I'm making this to next line. What console dot write will do? Console dot write will do all the printing work, and cursor will stay in the same line, right?
Yes.
Because of that, to move to next line only, I had given this.
Okay. Okay. Can we use escape sequence as well here
Ah,
instead of
yes, correct.
writing?
You can do.
Okay.
These are the list and these are the elements. From here onwards, you check. Next, add range of elements to this add range. I'm adding here. Yes, these are the main process. If everyone is clear, then I will move to next. Shall I move to next?
Yes.
Next. So if anyone asks you which one you will select, either array list or collections, means you have to ask the scenario requirement. That means right click. You have to ask the requirement. Static void main. Like what is the exact scenario? Like whether you want a scenario where you can insert an element in middle position or removing an element in middle position, or any number of elements should store. If your requirement is matches to this, then obviously you have to use collection. Otherwise your preference should be arrays. Why? See, for example, array list al is equal to new array list. If I want to use array list, I have to import system.collection. Then al dot. Now what I am doing is for int I is equal to 0, I less than or equivalent to 100. Int I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. I plus plus. Then here al dot add some al dot add of datetime dot now dot seconds part I want to add. Okay, now this is I created one array. Now in the same way, int empty braces arr is equal to new int of some 1000 I gave. Okay, now for int I is equal to 0, I less than or equivalent to 100. 100 is enough because it itself it will take more. I plus plus and arr of I dot I is equal to datetime dot now dot second. It's going to add seconds. So in both I added the seconds. Now al dot console dot write line al of 100. In that 100 position, what is there that I want to fetch? In the same way, in this array also, I'm going to fetch the last element, arr. Now make this as an entry point. Properties, run. What I will do is, here, the first one will convert automatically, but this one, string array will do. seconds wise, right? I'm not going to take this. Why it is throwing error? Let me check. Seconds means it should take numbers only. Index out of bound. Why index out of bound? Less than or equal to 0 and starting. Okay. Because array index will start from 0, right? Which will be 99 only. So I'm going to store 9. I'm going to print 99 elements. No, it's not like that. Both are one after another. It's executing, right? Okay. How to represent this thing then? Okay. Then there is stopwatch class is there. Means just I want to show the difference between these two things. System.diagnostic. Stopwatch. Watch is equal to new stopwatch. And watch dot start. I'm going to start this activity. And once all these things are done, means after doing all these things, watch dot stop. And after stopping this, I'm not going to print the 1000 element. Watch dot collapsed. Then same process I'm going to do here also. And here also I started this process. Watch 1 I will give. Watch 1 I will give. Otherwise, anyway you are going to stop this again. You can start this also. But no problem. Watch 1 dot. And here watch 1 dot elapsed time. Total minutes I will. Minutes it won't take. Let me check. Minutes or seconds I will take. Elapsed dot total minutes. If total minutes not worked, I will return in total seconds. Total seconds is good. Run this program. Now, if you observe the difference between these two, array list and array, there is huge difference. So, if you compare that array list had taken more time than array. So, keep remember, if you want to use array list, this syntax is very straightforward, but it will take more time if your data is more. Why? Because all the data here it is going to take in the form of object, right? So for each and every element, boxing and unboxing is required. Then only it will store the element. right? But arrays, it's not like that. By starting itself, we are defining the array is of integer, float, or char, something you are specifying. So that boxing and unboxing is not required. Because of that reason, performance-wise, arrays are always good compared to array. But in array list, we are having more number of options like add range, insert range, delete, I mean remove range, remove it, like that. So many options are there. Because of that, our work becomes so easy. But performance wise, if huge data is there, then always go with array. So is this clear or any question?
This array date, time, and now seconds, is it the return value for the time format? I was thinking it's for the time format, but is it the seconds it took for
I
the
will,
program to
what I
execute?
will do is, I will, that is predefined class, console dot write line, date, time, dot now. What it is going to return means it is going to return the, the, the date and time both. So in this, if you want only date or only month or only year or only hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds or whatever you want, that you can specify after that dot. So no ma'am, I'm getting confusion with this means simply you give I. See, don't concentrate what I'm trying to store in that list. How much time it is going to store that data in that list. That is important. So what I'm storing in that list means I'm storing seconds. I'm storing seconds so that it is going to store seconds part there. So
Is it like how many seconds it took for that program?
how many seconds it took for that program can be identified using start watch and stop watch. Suppose see,
Okay.
the concentration means how much time you had it had taken will be counted by the stopwatch, not this like. If you are
Then what
confusing,
exactly is the date, time, date now, and
okay,
seconds?
then take RAM. I'm going to store RAM,
Okay.
and here also I'm going to store RAM. Then it will be easy, right? Just RAM I'm going to store in multiple positions. Here this is a string array and integer array, some 11 or something I'm going to store. Clear now? If I run this again, see both how much time it had taken. See, lot of difference is there. If you compare the difference between these two, it had taken 1, but it had taken 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other, see, all these are very small topics, but introduce all these small points only they will concentrate more. And one more is there in array list only, like how the memory is going to consume. I'm not going to discuss these topics for hash tables, stacks, queues, all these things. I'm not going to discuss all these topics. For only one array list, I'm going to discuss all. For next and all, these points are common. So performance wise, always arrays are good. But in your application, there is some scenarios that you have to remove middle element or you have to add a middle element, and all these cases compared to others, always array list is good. But it's more number of elements if you want to handle. Instead of array list, arrays you have to use. That means it depends upon your requirement. You have to use which one is more preferable. And tomorrow in array list, one more is their capacity. After explaining that capacity, I will move to hash table. Okay. Okay then. Bye, I love you. See you tomorrow.